Hello and welcome to episode 364 of the official podcast. It's a big day for us here. We return. It's the return of the king, as Tolkien once put it, or Peter Jackson, whoever did the Lord of the Rings films. I think Tolkien was dead by that point. Mr. Sark is back. He's come back to us. Our baby boy has returned.
After 6 short months. Wow. So much has happened.
So much has happened. There's been those 6 months included a whole bunch of different fucking world events in between.
Yeah,
like enormous world events. It's been
everybody got sick, died in droves. Oh, wild
including
times.
Andrew. Apparently, he's still not here. But yeah. So how have you been, Mr. Sark? Fill us in. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was like super shocked when, pleasantly shocked when you hit me up out of the blue. Yeah. It's like, dude, I'll hop on any day.
Aww.
Yeah,
with
the lads.
Such a sweetheart. Yeah, it was crazy because those 6 months were just full of people begging for you to come back on in our like DMs and our YouTube comments. You're probably the most requested guest return, and many people's favorite episode, sadly, was within those first 39 episodes of the official podcast with you. So it's all been downhill from there, apparently.
Well, that's awesome. I'm honored.
Yeah, you don't sound it. You sound sad. You're like, these guys are desperate.
I'm gonna go back and scrub through and see if you tell. Did you tell down the rabbit hole Freddy the same thing? I'm gonna check.
No, that's reserved just for the Sark episode.
Yeah. By the way, we should just explain the time warp we're all in and why I'm making that reference. It's been 6 years. And then I was going back and looking at like who they had on recently, and I made the mistake of looking at the official podcast YouTube playlist and thought I was up to date because Down the Rabbit Hole Freddy had just been on. Except the playlist is ages old. It was when he did his last video, not his EVE Online video. So I'm fucking mind fucked right now.
You thought the official podcast died 3 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just popped out of the Terminator time machine and I'm like, who's president?
Did you ever think our show of all of them would survive? Like a whole pandemic?
Yeah. Well, did you leave the first episode thinking, oh yeah, that was fun? They're not going to last like the next 6 months.
Yeah. No. 100% no. This is a good, this is a good, you got a good thing going. Good chemistry. Good pals. No. It's the official, man.
No, you guys suck.
Yeah, I'm actually just kidding. That podcast was fucking awful.
I mean, after I leave today, okay, well, we can talk in another 6 months. We'll see.
Yeah. So what we want to do, what my dream is when this show does end, I want to have all the biggest hits back on. So would you be down to join us for the finale if that were to happen?
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, absolutely. Hit me up. But now that you said that, if you ever email me again, I'm going to assume that this show's on fire.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh my God.
You'd be. I mean, I'm sure you feel some kind of friendship towards us, but still, you would love that, even if we did go up in flames. The person who loves drama inside you would be totally down for that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What are you accusing him of?
No.
He was saying before the show he loves drama. He's reading the fucking newspapers of drama and stuff.
I lightly peruse the headlines.
What is happening with your brain, Jackson?
What do you mean?
You can like drama and not want it to happen to you or your friends or people you like.
Also, it's not like he came in here as like a drama enthusiast. He's like, sometimes I check in on what's happening.
You make him sound like he's Keemstar or something.
I can't wait for you motherfuckers to go down. You're going to burn. And I'm going to watch. I'm bringing marshmallows to roast them over your burning corpses, you sons of bitches.
Well, that brings me to my first question, Mr. Sark. Do you like Keemstar? Are you a big fan of Keemstar?
Man, you are really firing
Keemstar
today, Jackson.
Yeah, wow, that's good. That is drama that I have not perused in a while, actually.
Was there ever a phase in your life when you did?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I was checking back on the drama alert shit. I'd say that's been several years though, but
yeah. So when did you age out of it? What age did you decide? This is not for me.
I think it's when he started. He's had, like a lot of people who do this, they've had phases, eras, whatever you want to call it. And he went into a period of time where most of the drama was that he was reporting on was shit I didn't give two fucks about. And it was like a lot of and I feel like he might still be in there, but like when it turned into a lot of Logan Paul or like Paul Brothers and
people you didn't really know, like it was kind of
and also he got really narrowed down into like this. Dude, news stories on these personalities, over and over, and I was like, nah, I faded out. He's done. In one of my videos, actually. I noticed it for the re-noticed it for the first time just a couple weeks ago. I put up in 2010. I don't know if it's live. I'll have to look. I privated some of the old ones, but. It's me killing my horse in Red Dead. That's it. It's 30 seconds, and Keemstar's in the kill feed, and I'm like, I was partied up with Keem in Red Dead. Like what? There's segments of my history playing games that I'm like, I don't even remember playing Red Dead with Keem, but there it is.
So you're loosely connected.
They're basically best friends, Jackson, actually.
Yeah. I mean, we've interacted, and he was... Because he's also... his roots are in that COD kid, era of YouTube.
Yeah.
But,
are you guys at all surprised that he still does the drama stick? Like he's mid-40s, right? And I was talking to Kai about this the other day with the whole LOLcow podcast stuff. Like I'm sure you guys saw the clip of Boogie on his hands and knees begging Keem for forgiveness in the DMs or whatever when Keem was angry at him. Did you see that, Sark?
No.
Just so you know.
I did not.
I ruined his day. That was such a sad. Oh my god! What's
going on over there? Jesus.
Yeah, it is a mess, man. Charlie, you've seen it, I assume.
I haven't. I've heard of it, though.
What?
I didn't expect Boogie to become relevant again somehow in 2023 for the sheer fact that he's just so pathetic and he leans into it.
Yeah, whole ironclad finger quotes around relevant.
Well, yeah, fair. It's just I hear a lot about him now, and I do think that behind the scenes, Keemstar is pulling all the strings, and it seems to be this wrestling thing that they're doing now. I don't know. Doesn't it feel like that, Jackson? Like Keemstar's yelling at him, but I don't feel like it's sincere. I don't think he actually gets that mad at this fat idiot.
No, I think the relevance was the documentary first of all, and then Keemstar has kind of co-opted that momentum into the LOLcow podcast and stuff like that. I think it's a relevancy that won't be sustainable. I think at some point the gimmick will end and he'll just be unlikable and people will forget about him again. But yeah, he's definitely got more relevancy now than he did definitely a year ago, for example.
Even 6 years ago.
When you're relevance is hinging on these disastrous events, whatever the doc doesn't paint him. I haven't even seen it, and I know he's not. You're not coming out of that thinking, "Wow, what a sweetheart."
America's
sweetheart, and if you think about all the shit that he's been involved with over the past several years, none of it's really good. I don't think, at least for me, the light peruser of drama headlines. It's like him pulling guns on fucking guys on his lawn and shit, and it's like, okay, when these are the hits that are getting you back into into the conversation, it's not good. It's a spiral.
Such a retard.
Before the drama, Sark, what was your perception of Boogie? Did you always think of him as the nice guy YouTuber as well?
Yeah, I thought he was I thought he was For me, it was his whatever the fuck his like nerdy Mountain Dew swilling MMO character was.
Francis. You're talking about Francis.
Francis.
Yeah, he's still that.
Francis. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird that most people that like watch him outside of the Francis content between the years of like 2010 and like 2016, I want to say, thought of him as like the, Mr. Rogers of the internet, like a really nice guy who just cares about everyone, super honest, super loving to his wife and stuff like that. Just a super nice dude. He won the fucking Jeff Keighley Game Awards for being the nicest gamer ever made, basically. So that's how people thought of him.
Jackson mentions this every time. You're so mad about that.
I know, but it's so annoying.
You have mentioned this 3 episodes in a row now, I think, or maybe 4.
Yeah.
that he won that. Yeah.
Do you have a giant boogie cardboard standee that you like throw shuriken at in your room?
Yeah. No, but my point was like it's super funny to me that the Francis character wasn't a character that's probably closer to how he actually is in the Mr. Rogers Nice Guy act.
Yeah.
Was the character instead? It's such a like.
I think he should lean into it. I told Jackson this too. He should just become Francis. No, but like all out. Strap a GoPro to his head and go to Frank Castle's house and throw like pizzas at his door. Lean into it if you want to be the badass.
Okay, okay, I'm on board with that. Whatever that is, I want to see.
Better than sitting on his porch with his girlfriend and crying and moping. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna die soon. As he's like gulping Mountain Dew first thing when he wakes up in the morning. Takes off his CPAP machine, literally just takes a swig of Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, dude, he does look like a Meat Canyon animation brought to real. Right. Like you've seen, like this is what Mario would look like if he was real, and then it's like this CG render. He looks like a Meat Canyon character brought to life.
Yeah, it's just really upsetting that he doesn't he thinks it's already over, even though he can just not drink Mountain Dew first thing in the morning and like make lifestyle adjustments, but he just refuses to for some reason. I don't know.
Well, the upsetting part is that he does that as he's apologizing to the 20-something-year-old sitting next to him, going, "I'm so sorry I didn't take care of my body until now. I'm so sorry I'm gonna die young and leave you widowed here in this fucking house that I don't even own. And leave you with all my debt. I'm so sorry. Swig, chug, 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 Mountain Dew pizza."
Yeah, wasn't that one of the angles of the doc? Was like his sort of unapologetic embracing of all this bullshit.
He pulls out a list of his diseases like it's a flex, and he lists all of the shit that's wrong with him. Which, in honesty, I know Americans like to complain about their healthcare system, but the fact that they were able to sustain his life this long, that he saw the number 50 on his like birthday, that is impressive to me.
It's true. We're living in the future.
We have some very advanced technology that can keep him alive like Darth Vader.
Like I don't know, someone 200 years ago or even like 100 years ago being that obese probably wouldn't live to see past their like 30th birthday, right?
Imagine him wedging himself into that medical tube at the end of Prometheus, and then seeing the readouts and the computer's like, what the fuck?
What a crazy reference to bust out Prometheus.
Alien life form detected.
Did you just watch that movie last night or something? That is such an obscure reference.
I don't know. I think about that weird abortion all the time.
That scene is actually nuts, though. That movie's poop,
so
but like
cool.
That scene is good. Like that is
Absolutely.
A good scene.
Yeah,
he's right though. That medical tube was kind of narrow. I mean, considering doesn't it take place in the future? I assume we're gonna be even fatter then,
and like super OP. So like, get him in there, let it chisel him down. Like, what would come out? He might be like hot as fuck.
What happened? What happened to all the stuff that got chiseled away?
Like it gets turned into like rocket fuel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, make soap out of it. Use it as tallow lip balm or something.
It's cool.
Enough about Boogie though. Let's talk about
okay.
You guys rocking and rolling. I've been watching, and you've had a couple gentlemen tracks
Mm-hmm.
come up. Bangers,
yeah.
too.
Well, thank you. You know what? That's very nice. I like that. See, that's a positive subject. We don't see a lot of those around here, Sark. It's been a while. We don't do positive stuff. That was
Were we
refreshing.
positive even back then, though? Back when he first came on?
No,
I think
we
we've
weren't.
always been negative.
No.
I haven't watched any behind the scenes, and I didn't scroll through the comments, but there was one that had a very like Linkin Park aesthetic.
Yes. That's one that I'm super, super proud of. Hybrid Theory is my favorite album. So this time for like the EP, I knew I wanted to try and do a track like that with Troy. And Troy absolutely crushed it. Andy Sizik is the guest vocalist on there who does all the heavy lifting. Unbelievable. I really enjoyed making that one. So I'm super happy you liked it too.
Dude, it was a good one. Was that Andrew? Did I see him in the video?
Yeah, Andrew was playing guitar in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll never see him again.
Yeah, that's probably the last footage you'll ever see of him.
Yeah, like a little like red and white striped barbershop like cartoon hook came out and just yanked him off the stage after. Wow.
He just walks off and fades off into the distance and we never see him again. Like the end of the Hulk.
No, I love that you guys like have the have that going as sort of in your back pocket, a little side project. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun trying to capture like old 2000s style rock and metal, different vibes like that. It's been really enjoyable.
Is that the kind of music that you like enjoy, gravitate to? Like, do you like old pop punk?
I still like it. I don't think I'd listen to a lot of modern pop punk. Like Machine Gun Kelly tried it and it's not great.
Yeah,
so I don't know if
that's
I'd
true.
like modern pop punk, but listening to some of the classic Boner jams is still so cathartic. So I still love that feel to it. I don't know how it would work.
Is it mostly like nostalgia, like yearning for a better time?
Hard to say because the only couple people that have tried to bring it to the modern age are like Machine Gun Kelly, who are kind of just ass like turbo shit. So it's hard to say. I'm like, maybe it could work, but we're not having great champions for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still listen to a lot of that stuff. I think it's aged really well and still like goes pretty hard. One of the clubs we've been going to plays pop punk and old like bangers from the 2000s, and it's very fun to just like dance sloppily to. So I still very much fuck with it.
Dude, I was at a nightclub. You just made me flash back to in Paris for New Year's, and I forget what New Year's, but it wasn't like 2000 or any of those. It was just some year in the last decade or so. Anyway, we went in and it was all like trance. They were playing all trance, and then right in the middle, they drop in like an unmixed, not an EDM mix or anything. They just drop an MXPX punk song, and people lost their shit.
That's so
and I was
fire.
like, dude,
it's
you
fun.
Parisians are so awesome.
It's just something super, like there's something really enjoyable. Like at a club, all of a sudden fucking Taking Back Sunday, Make Damn Sure comes on and you just like lose your mind. It's just, I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah, super like nerdy deep house. And then all of a sudden it's like, don't want to be an American idiot. And everyone's like, whoa!
Let's go! The best moment of my life.
So funny.
Yeah, they should just shit. Clubs would be cooler if they did that instead of just fucking ear piercing like electronic music. I get why they do, but yeah, it would be fun if it was more like a concert.
You'd really like the club we've been going to recently, Jackson. It does that kind of shit. It's like a gothic nightclub. It's so silly. It's so fun.
You lost me at the gothic part. What, like dress up?
Why?
No, you can dress up. We
clubs
dress
are the
up.
best.
They are. They're like super cool. I become really into it.
And also goth music is like heavily rooted in like 80s synthwave. It's really not that dark. They're all in there dressed like Lestat, but dude, the music is kind of a fucking 80s vibe. Yeah, goth clubs.
Sark, if you're ever in
rule.
Tampa, you gotta come with us to that. It's so much fun. We also coordinate our outfits together to have the goofiest fits. It'll be a lot of fun.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm so down. And I'm not, I think since in the last 6 months, of course, since I was on the show, I've moved east. So I'm Austin based.
Oh.
So I'm only one time zone away from Florida now.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Slowly getting there.
Are you going to keep going?
Migrating every year?
Probably not. But that makes Florida much more a viable trip than when I was in California.
Perfect. We'll live it up.
You were in California. Good for you.
Yeah.
Leave. I'm happy for you.
I miss all the pals, but I really enjoy not being in LA.
Yeah. What about LA did you come to dislike? Did you ever get your car
primarily? And I've talked about this a little bit, but like with my chat or whatever. But primarily, it was just like edits. It was two primary reasons. One, I had family in Houston, so I was moving closer to my parents, which is nice. And then secondarily, it was ridiculously expensive in LA. And just moving out of LA was like giving myself like a 30% raise.
Yeah.
So it was,
it's crazy.
I mean, we lived in a tiny house that we rented in North Hollywood. And this thing was like, it was apartment size interior wise. There was a small yard, which is nice, but this is a rinky-dink North Hollywood house. And when the landlord was like, we got to bump the rent up, and that sort of spurred our, starting to look around and figure out, what we wanted to do. We started looking into like what he was going to raise the rent and what the property value would be. This tiny house was over $1 million. It would have sold for over $1 million.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's fucking nuts. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's the same over here, Sark. It's in the cities and stuff. Like, cost of living and rent has just fucking exploded. I don't know how people are able to, like, survive, honestly. Like, I don't know how you even find a house now or find someone to rent in a city.
I think generally, because it's what I did, people just put their head down and then just grind out rent. It's like, every month it's like, gotta make rent.
Yeah, but then it just keeps going up. But your wages aren't going up.
Exactly. It feels like you are in a...
you're drowning.
Like your tires are spinning for real.
Yeah.
So anyway, I moved. I love the weather in like Central Texas has been... There's actual seasons. Also, when I got out here, like some of the pals followed me. Nanners, he followed me out here. Chilled, gassy. A lot of the guys like that I've recorded with either were here already or came out after on their own. So it's there's a nice.
Did they do it because of you? Did they follow you? Are you
no? I don't think so. I think it was coincident. But there is a nice contingent of like YouTube, Twitch folks out here.
Why is everyone? I am noticing that a lot of people are migrating from like California or Los Angeles to Austin, Texas. Is there an actual like
the migrating everywhere?
I don't know. And honestly, I think
there's no one fucking. Sorry, I was just gonna say there's no one migrating to Minnesota, for example. It's always
true.
Texas.
That's
that I've noticed.
True. Specifically Austin. You don't hear anybody like, I moved to Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's because Austin is this, to be honest, it's like this liberal island in the middle of Texas. And so a lot of like California folk feel comfortable sliding in here. And it's already, I came in here and the Texans were like, keep your shit out of my state. And I was like, immediately I came in, I changed license plates, changed driver's license, and immediately turned on the California pals. I was like, you goddamn weirdos. Stay the fuck out of my state.
Good. I understand the sentiment. I mean, all them people who ruined their own states, stay out of ours. It's like a really bad idea.
I'm pretty like whatever. I'm pretty flexible as far as like what somebody's like. I'm not like keep your politics out of my, like whatever. But just purely population wise, I'm like, okay, property is ballooning, traffic is starting to suck. I'm like, try fucking Houston. Move to Houston.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't have a commute, so, well, like, what am I complaining about? I still will wrap myself in a Texan flag and scream at Californians, though. You fucking son of a bitch.
Shaking your fist angrily.
Yeah, they don't know I'm like a total greenhorn, but whatever.
Just get yourself a Ford Raptor, roll down the windows, and just start shouting. They'll never know.
Yeah. We in the neighborhood I live, there's like a Facebook page. Oh, that shit is so funny because it's like all the neighborhood people post on there, and I don't even have a the only Facebook profile I have is so that I can play an Oculus. So it's called like Oculus Sark or some shit. I don't even remember what it's called. They thought I was like a robot or what.
Sounds like the lamest X-Man.
It's so funny, dude. And one of them, there was this. Someone posted a blurry picture, like of a car speeding by, and then the caption says, "This person's been running every stop sign. If anybody has any idea who they are, post below." And the next post is the next post below that is, "Goddamn Californians don't know how to stop at the Texas obey the Texas traffic rules." I'm like, wait, how did you get to California off of it? This is like if Bigfoot were a car, this is what the picture would look like, and you immediately go to like, this is the Californian.
Well, there's plenty of identifying features of the vehicle. I'm sure you haven't been there yet.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
long enough yet.
Yeah, they haven't let you in on the secrets.
He had frosted tips and like hanging his checkered Vans out his window. Woo!
No, I get it. LA is known for like fucking street races and police chases, right? Like,
yeah, I
it's
guess.
kind of applicable. It's kind of applicable. My first thought would be, that's a goddamn Californian
Look at that
right there.
goddamn Californian whizzing by, endangering my Texas children.
Reckless disregard for God-fearing red-blooded patriots makes me sick.
You've got kids, Sark, right? I remember
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. I have.
So they're Texan children's now? You're raising them Texan?
In the last 6 months since I've been on the show, I've had another kid.
What?
So
Congrats.
Yeah, huge.
It has been 6 years, to be fair.
They're 7 and 9 years. I mean, months. Yeah.
Okay.
Old.
Well, wait, that
Atlas
doesn't
and Aurora.
track.
Wait,
It would have had to be before.
Is that right?
The
Yeah.
6 years.
podcast.
Atlas was a wee lad.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, Aurora had just been
Your kid
born.
would have been 1,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Okay, before the chat continues to slander me, by the way, hang on. I am not a filthy Californian, K-Rom. Don't make me ban you. I will not have that in the chat.
Goddamn Californians
Continue.
spreading slander in the chat
I know.
every time.
I don't want your filthy Californian money.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Yeah. So they're giants now. Am I raising them Texan?
That's good.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
whatever that
also,
means.
dude. I live. It's the YouTube, Twitch. I guess like whatever. There's Twitch alternatives now. It's I hate saying content creator, but
Yeah.
that life is like a strange bubble kind of, because like they always have dad at home. I have like my a room upstairs that I use as my office, and it's like a weird self-employed space that we inhabit.
Yep.
But
that's got to be nice, right? I mean, you're always there for your
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
I love it. It has been so. It's been so good. They have no idea though, and honestly, that's the kind of spoiling that I like can get behind. Like, I almost don't want them to ever know, like, what the flip side of the coin was, where it's like, you know, even when I was at like Machinima, it would have been I was not home for like 10, 11 hours a day. Dude, that would suck.
Yeah.
But that's also normal. So I'm also spoiled in that I never had kids while I was working like banker's hours, but
yeah. Do you ever like tell them, okay, daddy has to work now, everyone be quiet and leave him alone in his office, then close the door and just play League of Legends?
Well, okay. Now, listen, I'm not a goddamn degenerate. I'm not going to fire up League of Legends.
That was more rude than calling him a Californian, Kaya. You've really got to tone this hostility down.
Goddamn LOL players, keep your politics in Dota. No, I know what you're saying, Kaya. And the answer is absolutely.
Yeah, you use it as an excuse for some alone time, basically.
I have a little light, like here, hold on. I'll put it on my camera right now.
Wait, you have like a little recording light so they know not to go in.
It's like a sock on the doorknob, but it's like high tech.
There we go. All right, I have like a little light that I use as like an on-air camera. It's like a little, you push it and it turns red, right? So that's like
clever.
Daddy's on air, and then they know not to come in. And Aurora, she's still little. She's like, I don't like that, because that means I can't see Dad. So she drew a green circle and then taped it to my door. And she's like, there, now there's always a green light on your door.
Aww.
Yeah. I was like, that's so adorable. But you come in here and interrupt my shit, you're dead.
Fucking Californian child.
Goddamn California. That's your Californian peeking through.
I like the idea of Sark like slamming a button on his desk when he records, and like the fucking doors shut down, like they fucking lock down.
Oh yeah.
All the alarms in the house go off.
Yeah, the purge where like the steel bars come over.
It's the
classic Californian, also ignoring the red light.
Yes, that's true. Holy shit. I'm going to have to put her into some kind of like shock therapy. Strap her into like a Clockwork Orange machine and have her watch Texas footage.
This is the founding of our great state. Damn it. Why won't you appreciate it?
Yeah.
You need to make sure she understands the Texan road laws.
That's
damn
funny. I still have old ancient Sark fans will still remember. I'm doing like show and tell on my webcam right now, but I still have this button.
All right.
Dude, that's a GG button from the old machinima offices, like the Hutch Nanners
All
days.
right.
Yeah.
We can't see, so I thought you just fell over.
Yeah.
I was like down a well and yelled GG.
We'll have to just imagine.
I thought you yelled shit. It sounded like shit to me.
No, it's my... Hold on. Here we go. It's my GG button.
That time it picked up, it sounded like a collapse. I was like,
yeah. Like you fell down a hole or
shit.
something, yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
mentioned
something I
machinimas.
don't miss about California is the earthquakes. Okay, wait, what about... Speaking of disasters, you were talking about machinima?
Yeah.
Machinima, I still so desperately want to get access to that account. Like I remember, yeah, I really wanted, and Matt and I really tried to find anyone in connection with Machinima. There's not a soul left. Nobody, even at the upper echelon of what used to be Machinima and now it's owned by, I think, Warner. Nobody we've ever spoke to knows anything about it. So it's literally just sitting there with maybe one person left in the world who knows the password. It's such a fucking shame.
I remember you throwing your 2 cents into that hat, being like, dude, how do we get the machinima shit? You're right, because I have no idea whether or not that shit's been nuked or just
It's been
privated.
No, I think it's privated. I really I think they just privated everything, so they
You
still
offered
have
them
it.
money though. Didn't you offer them money? Like you put out a call that you'd pay a massive
I wanted
amount.
to buy it. I don't know what they'd want for it. I mean, it's a property that's just been sitting stagnant for years now. Like it can't be that expensive.
Do you have stuff on there? Like ancient?
No, not me personally,
No, okay.
but a lot of the stuff that I watched a lot growing up was on there, and I really feel like it's still there, but on a privated video. So I'd love to be able to just give that back so it can exist again. Like there's so much that was just lost when they did that, which is a shame.
The funniest thing you could do is buy it and give it to Boogie.
Oh wait, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, let him run the channel.
It really is a good counterpoint.
You've definitely got.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you've definitely got stuff on there, right, Sark? That it's probably lost forever now.
I think I had. Yeah, I definitely did. Like a lot of my stuff has life after Machinima in the form of like fan compilations and.
Yeah.
But a lot of the like raw episodes, I mean it's all gone. I was going to say this is an interesting counterpoint to that idea of, you know how people say like if the internet is it's all written in permanent marker and shit, but not all of it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
People don't even know how to archive things that are like 5 minutes old. This is one of my biggest pet peeves with like Reddit. Whenever they link to something, they never archive it. So by the time you click any sort of drama post, it's always removed already. Like tweets get deleted, Reddit posts get taken down. Especially when they do this shit in fucking news articles. It's so insane to me. That like as a whole industry, they decided to, we'll just link to Twitter. That's our news story now. And then if you read it like any more than 10 months later, if you read an article, the tweet is just gone now. And so is half the article with it. That's so stupid.
Yeah, that's so
I
stupid.
wish the internet was
at least like
sometimes.
snipping posted instead of just sharing the tweet directly.
Screenshot it. Yeah, even that would be better at this point. I would prefer that. Obviously, it's all open to, inspect elementing and whatnot, but it's still better than a broken link that I can't even see what the hell it was to begin with.
After Machinima got tack nuked, I actually I was like, dude, YouTube videos that I really like, whether it's like mixes, songs, even like funny bits, I started like downloading. I became like a little hoarder, except instead of like stacks of National Geographics, like with cats crawling all over them, it's like YouTube videos that I'm saving.
That's so cool. You've got like a fucking basement with just like giant bookcases like against the wall, and there's just like hard drives full of just like YouTube videos across them.
Yep. Especially like music stuff, because music always gets wrecked.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You guys remember that one news story where some TV company had to resort to paying an old lady who had just entire archives of their TV channel because she would DVR 24/7 to watch the stuff later, and she was just hoarding.
Yeah, that's an awesome story,
like
actually.
That
that lady's fucking awesome.
How much did she get paid for it?
I
have no idea.
Remember.
I actually don't even know.
Did she have to
got
give
paid.
up
Maybe
the
she
collection, or did she get it back after they were done with it?
They just copied it. I don't think
That's
they
a good
took it.
question.
Like
I
they
don't
didn't
know.
confiscate it.
Yeah, I just found a channel that has like 12-hour chunks of old G4 shows, like complete with the commercial breaks and everything. Like some psychopath just set like an EP VHS tape to record this shit. And I'm like, man, that's cool, because a lot of that G4 stuff is also never going to be seen again.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Yeah.
But so I've been trying to hunt down all my old videos from like 2007 to 2009 because I deleted them all. It's like, I don't know, it's probably close to like 500 something videos or whatever. And there was a little bit of hope because there was a project where there was, I think it was MIT, a group of students tried to archive everything ever posted to YouTube from like inception to about like 2010 or something. But then they shut the project down and then like scrapped it, apparently, like got rid of the sarcophagus worth of content they had.
Yeah.
So I'll just never get those videos back, unfortunately. I want to so badly. So I always feel like preservation is such an important thing because I deeply regret not saving my shit.
So you went hard in the paint on those videos. You deleted that shit.
Yeah, I deleted it. I contacted YouTube to see if they had it somewhere stored in like a cloud save or something, but I deleted it in 2010, which is way before they even bothered with any of that kind of stuff. So it's just nowhere.
Oh, I was just saying, I was thinking about the old Penguin Zero vids leading up to this podcast. I would say a lot of people don't know your like trash game history. You and I are trash game brothers.
Yeah, no, we legitimately are. And even before that, I was a trash music kind of guy. So I used to post like old songs on here from unsigned artists on the channel and then deleted all that. Then I made montages for years. I did a magic trick on here once. Like I want all those videos back so badly. Used to do glitches and glitch hunting. God damn, I really want to see all that again. But I never will.
Do you remember your thought process for why you deleted?
Yeah, absolutely. There was two things. One, like a bit of embarrassment, but two, this was during the age where you could have your whole channel taken down for using copyrighted music, which of course I was doing. So better safe than sorry.
Right. What if you do bring the stuff back now though, and then your channel gets deleted? Like you find all this stuff, but they decide, oh, he's actually guilty. Delete him.
Linkin Park detected.
Yeah. Is that place for my head playing in this? Okay, that's the end.
Why do you do the magic trick with his pants down? His whole cock was out.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I think more people should hoard data.
I'd like to take a second to thank Helix Sleep for sponsoring this episode of the official podcast. They've been a partner of ours for as long as I can remember. Helix Sleep is a fantastic provider of comfortable sleeping apparatuses, otherwise known as beds, of course. And I can say that with full confidence, with knowing the fact that I have actually slept on a Helix mattress multiple times, and that's without even taking their sleep quiz that they provide online. Basically what it is, it's like a little quiz that you do that tells you exactly what kind of sleeping pattern or sleeping type you are, so that you can feel confident in knowing that you're buying the best mattress for your particular situation. And Helix Sleep goes above and beyond with their sleep quiz to make sure that they're providing you the correct tools in order to identify what kind of mattress you need. So I really appreciate that. Helix also knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. Duh. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. There's models with memory foam layers to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side, which is great. Models with more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in the stomach and back sleeping positions, which is also good. And there's also enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night. So if you run hot, Helix has got you covered there as well. You can find out why Helix mattresses have been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired magazine by heading on over to helixsleep.com/official. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and a free bedroom bundle for our listeners in honor of Black Friday. This bundle includes 2 free pillows as well as a set of sheets and even a mattress protector. Go to helixsleep.com/official and use code HelixPartner25. This is actually their best offer yet. I've never seen an offer like this yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Go check them out at helixsleep.com/official and use code HelixPartner25. Thanks.
A lot of times these, especially with me, I think because in internet terms, I'm prehistoric, but as far as the time span spent doing this, you're up there too, Charlie. And I was like, dude, these podcasts really do turn into a lot of times like we're on porches and we're like old guys, old guys that are neighbors, and we're like, come on over, have some tea. We'll talk about the fucking good old days. I fucking love it.
Yeah, last time you were here, we talked about your Fight Club days. Like, I mean, they're great stories.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other war stories?
Let's see. I mean, the Fight Club, that was like end of 99, beginning of 2000. Dude, that's so long ago.
I was like 2 years old.
So my roommate, Crazy Josh, who was doing Fight Club with me, I have so many stories with him because he and I used to go clubbing. He was like goth industrial, and I was sort of like into like house and all that. So we would like alternate days, but we had so many insane tales during the Fight Club era. We had one where he drove this piece of shit Datsun, and we called it the Millennium Falcon because all the lights would go out inside until you hit the dashboard. So it was literally like it would power back up.
That's awesome.
And he's now Josh is now a like, I think he would call himself a hobo. He like hitchhikes around the U.S. He uploads on YouTube sometimes like movie reviews and hobo hitchhiking pro tips. But dude, we like pulled over to pick up a hitchhiker because he always did that, and I jump in the back seat. We're driving to like into downtown San Diego to go clubbing, and this guy is like, he's chatting it up. He has no idea he's jumped into like a derelict spacecraft. This car is coming apart like on its wheels. There was like he had his carburetor was held in place with a pencil, like, and it would rattle out. So every time he would go somewhere, he'd go make sure the pencil was wedged into the fucking bolt hole solidly. Anyway, also he had no brakes, so he would slow the car down by dragging the side of the wheels on curbs. And we're in this car, and we're driving to San Diego. It's a death trap, and we're driving to San Diego to go clubbing. And he picks up a hitchhiker, which I thought was infinitely funny, that you would pick up random people and then subject them to this like fucked up carnival ride.
The fucking hitchhiker's like, no, I'll get out here. I'll walk.
Yeah, I don't mind walking anymore.
It's a serial killer that just gives up.
Yeah.
Oh, worse. We're like going to accidentally kill you. Like, so he gets in the car. There's so many things wrong with this. At one point, Josh had stored the battery in the trunk, and it had corroded and eventually had gone through the bottom of the trunk. So when he went back, like months later, was like, oh yeah, I better get rid of the battery. It was gone, and there was just a hole in the bottom of the trunk. Anyway, we picked this guy up. We're going clubbing. He's like, what are you guys up to? We're like, we're going down to like Club Soil. Charlie, you would have loved it. I don't know if Soil's still running, but
sounds like my kind of spot.
So gothic. When you go in there, you immediately feel like a deep depression, and everyone is in there doing like the Pele, like soccer foot sweep dance. Anyway, we're going to Club Soil, and he's like, sweet, and he's making small talk, and we're driving, and finally it's time to exit the freeway. So Josh begins standard braking procedure, which is just scraping the car against the side of the road until it stops. And the guy's like, whoa, what's going on? Showers of sparks and shit. And Josh is like, it'll be all right. We got no brakes.
Right.
And the guy's like, you have no brakes? And he's like, we're fine. And he's like, scraping it on the side. You know, it's like the equivalent of pumping. It's like a planetary re-entry maneuver. And the guy's like, whoa, because at the end is it's a freeway exit. It's a busy intersection, red light, and he's like, whoa, as we get closer, and Josh calmly is like, looks like we're not gonna make it. wrenches the e-brake on the Datsun, and it completely severs. It comes up with the cables dangling, and the guy, the hitchhiker, puts both of his feet on the dash as we're like showering sparks into this intersection, and he just starts screaming. He's like, ah! So Josh just ends up dragging the car hard right into with the flow of traffic, slamming up a pedestrian little ramp into a parking lot, and eventually comes to a stop by hitting one of those big cylindrical bases of like a street light.
Right.
And the guy,
I was gonna say you would need for you to actually come to a stop. Surely, like when you got to the club, you'd need to fucking just like crash into a parked car.
Well, usually the e-brake works, but I think we were actually in danger of dying, so Josh put a little extra mustard on it and ripped the whole thing out. Anyway, the car stops, and the hitchhiker, he just pops the door open and he runs into the night.
That's so great. You should have started the drive with the hitchhiker, telling him the standard fucking like safety procedures, like in case of a crash, like get into brace position.
I think it was a bit dark of us, but Josh was intentionally sort of keeping him in the dark. But everything went a little sideways more than intended, and so it became like as we drove into ran the red light, it got a little real. So I think anyway, so then we just limped our way over to the club and we had a fucking hell of a night. And that's just how we traveled.
You left the car?
Yeah, how did you get back?
No. The car still ran. We gently crashed into a stoplight. The car still worked. We really had
the
no
car's
brake.
seen worse than that, surely. That's normal for it.
Sometimes he'd have to park a ways away where there was a nice curb to like slide against, but yeah. Oh, so we had so many stories. One time his sister asked him to go buy, she's like, I don't know why, but she's like, I need lard. Go to the grocery store. Josh is like, okay, got it. Scrapes his way over to the grocery store, buys the lard, completely forgets about it. Keep in mind, we're clubbing like 4 nights a week here. So that night, we get in the same Millennium Falcon and we're driving again, an unsuspecting passenger. We're driving to pick up one of Josh's pals. They get in. It's dark. I have no idea that any of this has happened, and Josh has completely forgotten there's a huge block of lard in the back seat, and it's been baking all day. Well, I guess it's melted now, but the friend gets in, and he's dressed to the nines. He was wearing the same outfit like you were wearing, Charlie, when you popped out of the bag at the fashion show, like a velvet suit.
That's so fire.
He looked so baller, but he doesn't know that he's sitting in a pool of fucking animal fat back in the back because it's dark. So he just gets in and he's like, we drive to the club, and when we get to the club, he gets out and his entire ass is like lubed, his legs, his back. It's like shining. And he's like, what is this shit? And Josh is like, oh shit, look, I forgot I had lard in the back seat. And he's like, fucking what? We're like, dude, no one will notice. And then of course, people all night were like, what the fuck is on your back? Is that KY jelly?
He actually went in?
I mean, we'd driven an hour, so.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do?
Oh, it stank too. Holy
I'm so confused
shit.
on the logistics of the car. You drove an hour? How does it, like, on like normal freeway? Yeah, like on a normal freeway when like cars will slow down because of, like bad merging, whatever, and it causes like a little traffic jam. How do you come to a stop? There's nothing to scrape against.
Josh remember the e-brake normally, under normal circumstances, that could drag you to a stop. He only ripped it out because we thought we were going to die with the hitchhiker.
I see. Okay. So normally he'd like ease onto the e-brake in those situations.
And he also drove so slowly. We just would putt around, thumping the dashboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so fucking crazy. Why did you guys keep bringing people into this car, this death trap? You hated your
I didn't
friends.
have a car at the time.
Hitchhikers.
And I was like, this is how we get around. We just limp this fucking car around.
Do cars only need to get one like roadworthy test or whatever before they're allowed on the roads?
In California, you got to go get it smog checked.
That's it?
No,
yeah,
right.
they don't mechanically check it. Holy shit, that would have been bad.
So it
you wouldn't need to figure out that that's not a seaworthy vessel. Like you could just give it the old eyeball test and probably figure it out.
Yeah, no AC. I remember we drove to Blythe out in the desert to see Josh's parents once, and it was like 115 degrees, and there's no AC. We were baking. And so I was like, dude, just pull over. I'm going to buy bags of ice. So we just filled the fucking car with ice like it was a traveling cooler. And we were like the lunch meat.
This sounds like a cartoon series or something.
This is just the shit with him that I was involved with. He has this shit happening all the time. He's like hitchhiking.
Still? To this day?
To this day. It's so insane. Like he's
What is so you said he's a hobo. What is he how does he survive? Like what does he do
actually
for,
was
like,
in
work,
Florida
for
not long
example?
ago, but he like travels with the seasons. Like he'll go south like a goose for
He's a
the
drifter.
fucking summer. Yeah. He'll pick up
Yeah,
odd
right.
jobs. Yeah.
What was his YouTube channel? I want to see one of his pro tips.
Hold on. It's like Box Mutant something. Hold on. Let me find it. Oh, he'll love that I'm calling this shit out.
Yeah. Shout out.
The Datsun is gone. I like too that the car goes and then he just is like, I'm gonna hitchhike now. Like getting a new ride is not even part of a.
Yeah, I just keep looking at box meat, and I am definitely not getting any hitchhiking pro tips.
Meat.
Box Mutant.
Oh, mutant! I thought you said box meat.
So
Yeah,
look up BOKS. I don't know what the meaning of that is. Mutant, all one word, and you should find his channel.
Found it.
Mission Impossible 7 sucked. Miss Squirrel on hand.
He's right.
Miss Squirrel on shoulder.
This is
so
crazy,
fire.
Josh. Yeah, he'll put up like a short movie review from like underneath a semi at a truck stop. It's so funny. He really is a sweetheart, though. Super nice.
Yeah. He's still uploading to this day.
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you meet him, Sark? Are you like childhood friends or something?
No, I was raised Mormon. I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
No, we haven't. No.
I was raised Mormon. My parents were like practicing Mormons. So, as part of the natural evolution of a Mormon lad, you end up going on the mission with like the name tags, shirts, ties, riding bikes, knocking on doors. If you're in the U.S., for sure, you've probably seen Mormon missionaries pedaling around, but they're all over. Anyway, I went on my mission. I studied Japanese in high school, and the idea was that when I go on my mission, I would go somewhere in Japan. That was because what languages you speak would influence where they sent you or where God would decide.
Oh, so you
were
get
headed.
like a free? Would you get a free Japan trip from that? Like, would they pay for it?
Do you pay out of pocket or?
You pay like a fixed monthly fee. But I just wanted, when you're being raised in the church like that, the mission is as inevitable as like college was, right? I never even thought of not going. It was just like, all right, I'm going to finish high school and then maybe do a year of college, then go on the mission. It's almost like it's looked at almost as like a mandatory military stint or something. It's just that's
So
what
you can say no.
You can, yeah, you can. But if that's
Do they kick you
would
out
raise
if-
eyebrows. No, they wouldn't kick you out. But
Okay.
it's
gotta
just
shame
sort of
you.
it's just sort of what everyone assumes you're gonna do. So anyway, I get the mission call, and it's to all my friends end up going to Japan, and I'm like, fuck yes. And then I go to San Diego. I get called to San Diego, and part of me is like super disappointed. In the end, it was not terrible because San Diego was like cush as hell, but there I met a lot of members of the church, including Josh's family. So when I was done with the mission, they were like, you should come back and stay with us. Our brother is on his mission, and he's a psychotic. You'd love him. And I'm like, okay, all right. So it was basically like it was a place to stay. And I went in blind, never having met this guy. And when I came back, when I finished my mission, returned home to Oregon, and told my parents, I was like, church is not for me. Sorry, old people. And they were like, it's all right. You gave it as much of a chance as we could ever ask. And I was like, also, I'm moving to San Diego. They were like, we understand. And I moved back
really
and met him.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents were epic. Yeah. Are epic. They're still
That's
alive.
great.
Why am I saying were? Jesus.
You guys should have converted that car into a mission ride. Like pick up hitchhikers and then preach to them, and unless they convert, you don't stop.
Oh, dude. I would have loved that. I was banned from driving cars on my mission because I totaled a Tercel jumping it, but...
Did you actually convert anyone on your mission, or were you like the biggest fucking like red flag walking?
Statistically, I was pretty successful because I'm a personable guy.
Yeah.
But
what was your batting average? How many people do you think you converted?
Well, see, my approach was very sort of like, because I was about halfway into my 2-year mission where I was like, God, I just don't buy any of this shit. But I do want to finish because this is like what my parents have wanted for me. So I'm like, I'm going to finish and then I'm going to tell them I'm out. So the first half of my mission was doing
Just
what
like
they
John
wanted,
Wick.
knocking on doors, doing it. And the second half, I transitioned a bit into like charity stuff and like soup kitchens,
stuff
and
you could feel good about. Still,
yeah. But some people, I don't hold. If somebody has religious beliefs, I don't hold that against them at all. It's not for me. Some people really, there's a space in them that fills nicely. And so a lot of people saw what I was doing and associated it with the church, and they hopped in.
Mm-hmm.
And just by being sort of like a decent dude, I statistically was pretty successful. I don't know. I don't remember how many like people. I would say like maybe 40, 45, something like that.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. At the end,
really
my mission president, who fucking hated me because I always shaved my head, he thought I looked like a Nazi. I kept crashing cars. I broke both my arms in a bike jump. He's like, Elder Robinson, your mission alone has cost the church so much money. He's like, I can't say that I'm sorry to see you go. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like the fucking police force. You're like,
Yeah, what an asshole.
I need your badge and your Bible.
Exactly. He's like, he's like, I can't kick you out, but I'm so glad you're leaving.
Jesus.
Wait,
You recruited 45 people though. You should have called every single one of those 45 people and been like, actually, don't. You should leave.
Yeah. Just left a message that says, psych!
So can they not kick you out, like under any circumstances?
No, they can, but a lot of it is like, did you like smooch a lady, or did you like leave the geographical boundary of the mission? Because you're not supposed, when you're called, you have like an area that you're supposed to be in. You're not supposed to. Yeah.
That sounds like a video game where if you try and go out of the mission area, it like shuts down.
Yeah, that's actually exactly true.
That's awful. Wait, what's the reasoning with that? Like, what if you just go a little out of your jurisdiction? Like, what happens?
They can't reach you anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. They just try, and they know that 19 to 21-year-old dudes get up to no good, so they really try to like it. The military is a really good sort of comparison to sort of how it's organized. I kind of get it. If you want to keep a legion of 19 to 21-year-old boys under control, you kind of gotta rule with an iron fist. But
but also it leads to like that kind of restriction leads to people quitting though. Like in a lot of cases, I have to imagine like where people are like, "Oh, I can't do anything with my life, so I'm not going to stay in this religion."
That's true. The tighter the more star systems will slip through your fingers, Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, if you're trying to recruit people into a church, whatever it is, why are you sending 19-year-olds? Like, it's like these pimply faced ding dong, and you answer the door, and it's some sweaty kid like, we're here representing the Church of Jesus Christ. You're like, get the fuck off my porch, kid.
Yeah, that's not a great representation.
Jackson, have you ever encountered like a Mormon missionary?
I can't tell if it's so I'm not like super educated on, I guess, some of the more niche religions, if you could call them that. But there was like, I get Jehovah's Witness people knocking on the door. Are they a form of Mormons, or are they different?
No, but they're out doing a similar thing with the proselyting.
Yeah. I think so. I think there may be more common over here in Australia than Mormons. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen a Mormon. Like when I think of Mormon, I think of the like Stark said, like 19-year-olds in the white suits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Sark, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think of. I'm not sure how accurate it is because I've never seen it. So
that's how. Anyway, that's the roundabout story. I met Josh because we had both been on the missions, and both of us finished up, and we were like, "Fuck that!" But yeah, we just hit it off.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to see you're both still doing well. He didn't seem to like the new Mission Impossible, but otherwise seems like he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. That's hilarious.
Mission Impossible 7 sucked. That's a big opinion.
I just think it's so funny that someone who's scraping along, trying to make ends meet, I got to fire up the phone and fucking vent about MI7.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
This seems like an interesting opinion. Dune 2021 was a comedy.
Well, that is interesting. I wonder what the argument is there.
I'll subscribe to that. That sounds interesting. He also has a video on Moonfall. It doesn't have any kind of other context, but I want to find out what he thinks about Moonfall. He seems like an interesting person.
Oh, yeah, I saw that title, and I bet he loved it. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
Waxing poetic about the tetragrammaton religion and equilibrium. Hell yeah, Josh. Bring it.
Ah. I understood none of those words. That's awesome.
So do you still keep up with him? Like, is he the kind of friend that you would still call a friend that you would like invite to Thanksgiving or something?
Yeah, absolutely. I told him if he's ever passing through, he can crash here. I saw him maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh,
he was he had made his way back to San Diego, and so he was staying basically at his sister's place, which is where she lived upstairs, and the finished basement below is where he and I stayed, and that's where we had our fight club and shit. So he was sort of back on the homestead. I'd gone back and was visiting some family down there, and was like, "Dude, are you in town?" And he was, so yeah, we hung out. So I'm still in touch with him. Yeah.
You ever think about reopening the Fight Club or like
That's
having
what I was just about to
reunion
ask.
for the Fight Club?
Oh,
like just beating each other's asses just for old time's sake.
Dude, I would do that. I remember when we talked. I think I recommended. I was like, dude, I highly recommended just pummeling a pal sometime. Wait, have any of you done that? In the last
just
6
beating
months
a friend's
since I've been
ass.
on the show? Yeah, just had a fight.
No, we didn't take your advice.
Okay,
we did not take your advice.
All right, it stands. There is something special about that. So
what about it? What about it did you enjoy again?
It's hard to explain, but it does oddly connect you. It's hard to explain.
I should hook you up with my buddy Doug, who used to be a violent alcoholic and fight all of his friends. You guys could hit it off.
Well, that's probably a different
duo.
form of violence, right?
Yeah, that's not honorable violence.
Honorable violence. No.
Sark probably
He told the
would've
stories
enjoyed
before.
that.
He would fight his friends in a friendly manner too, remember?
Oh.
Mm.
You
Okay,
should
well,
set up
friendly,
like
all right.
YouTube bump fights. Yeah. You can fight nice. And now that he's unemployed, he has plenty of time to train for it.
And remember, you got to hug it out at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Assuming
Yeah,
both
yeah.
people are still conscious.
Right. Yeah. Don't bare knuckle it. Let me
No
just
bare
reiterate. No. That's almost worse for your hands than it is for the other guy's face, unless you know what you're doing, which we didn't.
So what do you have to
Trained
use?
fighters.
It's not like you have fucking boxing gloves on hand.
Well, you just go. Yeah, you got to plan this out.
Yeah,
this is
go get
this is
them.
like
Yeah.
a bro date. So you go down to
Yeah.
whatever sporting goods store you've got, buy a couple gloves.
I'll also need you to wear a fat suit.
Wait, what?
Sark needs to wear fat
What'd you
suits
say?
to even the odds.
Oh right, so Kaya, you want him to fight Doug?
Yeah. What did you think I said?
Right.
I didn't say kiss Doug.
I don't know.
Did you hear fuck?
No, I didn't. I didn't think you were trying to get them to fight. I thought you were just talking about Doug having done it in the past.
Oh, both of them like fighting.
Yeah. So would you, if we set this up, would you fight Doug, not knowing anything about him, and it would be a friendly match?
Doug is supposed to fight one of you. The whole idea is you fight your friend, and it strengthens your bond. Why am I fighting some random alcoholic suddenly?
We are nominating you as our champion. You fight on our behalf.
We don't know how to fight, Sark. It'll be
That's
embarrassing.
the whole point. No, you just get in there, windmill on each other.
Okay, we can set you up a play date. You can go to the
No, I'm
movies
not
together
gonna
and
fight
bond
Doug.
and become friends.
What the fuck, Kaya?
Look at this guy. He's afraid of fighting Doug.
Yeah, look, you can get a load of this guy. He doesn't want to fight Doug.
You're supposed to.
Okay, Sark, if it helps, he's old. He's like 48 or something. He's very fat, and he's about to lose his leg to diabetes, by the way, which I didn't even think was a thing at his weight. But.
It's okay, hold on. It's not about how bad I'm going to annihilate Doug. Okay, what we would have to do is I'd have to hang out with Doug, build a bond. Yeah. Go see a movie.
Well,
become friends with Doug. Oh, meanwhile, you're already friends with Doug. Why aren't you punching him?
We're not going to fight Doug. It's all up to you. Would you consider us friends, Sark?
You're the only one that can stop Doug now.
You would consider this kind of group friends, so would you fight one of us? Would you be down for that?
That would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Okay. Would you fight all three of us at the same time so it's even?
No, also, no. I've just, in my limited experience in a few months of fighting random people in gas station parking lots, I know the realities of this shit. Even two random ass people, you got to get real lucky if you're 2v1ing.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen those like fight videos of like a random drunk fight out on the street? And it's like, there's a few I've seen, but it always goes like this. Like there's 5 people ganging up on like one dude, and somehow the one dude wins. And I'm like, that can't be real. That has to be scripted or something.
It can happen, but yeah, it's not it's not
insane.
likely.
Like,
I mean, if you just get hit
rarity.
once in your nose, again, the pro fighters are all like, they will take on crowds like that. But I'm not a pro fighter. If you tag me in the face, it's like, dude, that shit. I can't see. My eyes are crying. My nose hurts. I'm like, ow. The realities of fighting for non-fighters is so not Hollywood.
Yeah, when I think about your fight club, even when you told it the first time, I imagine like all of you is just like this elite warrior. Like you just keep getting wailed on, but just keep coming back. But in reality, I bet you get punched once, and you're like, oh fuck, ouch, wait.
Until the end when the fighters showed up, and then that basically was the end of Fight Club, which shows wasn't really Fight Club at all the entire time, because when the fighters showed up, the whole thing stopped. So what really was it before that? It was more like Tussle Club? I don't know.
Yeah, getting punched at once club.
Yeah.
So that's how most of those fights, the fights in quotation marks, we go down during Fight Club is just like someone will get punched in the face once and then it's over.
Well, it wasn't over until somebody either was out or they tapped. So, I mean, It did get a little grimy near the end, but it was not. These were not pretty fights. When we were in our when we were in our place, the basement, our apartment, though, it got pretty wild. Like I remember Josh picked up some guy and just ran him through the wall.
Oh my God.
Like they went through 2 layers of drywall between 2 2x4s into the room where Josh slept in a coffin, by the way. Did I ever mention that?
Why do you have a coffin there?
What the fuck?
He was like a rivet head gothic industrial dude.
He woke up like a 2,000-year-old vampire from his slumber.
He slept in a coffin that his brother-in-law who does hot rod paint. He was going to turn it into a cool phone booth. And until that project got underway, Josh was like, I want to sleep in that. So then he slept in it, and spiders built webs all around it. And Josh was like, "Don't worry about it. I can talk to the spiders. They leave me alone." And I'm like, "Okay, dude, whatever." Anyway,
I thought people like this were like a joke, like as in like I've heard stories about like this kind of stuff, but I always thought it was just like purely like built up and like a joke. These people didn't actually exist. You're telling me these people exist? Like this is an actual thing? You're not playing this up at all?
Yeah, I think no. I think he has enough of this shit to count as like 10 of those stories, though. This is all like just straight up like how he rolled. He lived his life like he was a World of Darkness character, like from Masquerade or some of that shit.
Okay,
He's
so
a character.
Forget about you. You don't have to fight Doug. That's fine. Would Josh fight Doug? Do you think if we got in contact with Josh?
Ooh.
I think so, yeah. I tell Josh I'm going to buy him like a new bedroll or some shit. He'll annihilate anybody.
Yeah, well, there's something a little bit exploitative.
It's like an NPC side quest, yeah.
Yeah, you're turning this into bump fights now.
Literally.
Fight each other for a sandwich.
Yeah, homo versus diabetic amputee. Fight.
Hey, he's not an amputee yet. God, he's so dumb. Have I told you guys the story?
No.
Definitely not Sark, yeah.
So he has always struggled with weight, and I've always asked him, so why don't you like get gastric bypass or use Ozempic? And he considers it quote unquote cheating. He thinks that people who get the gastric bypass and lose weight, it's like stolen valor when they get skinny. So now that he's unemployed, he got fired from his job because of his podcast. So he's now catching up on all of his medical stuff and going to the doctor. And they're like, your leg is fucked up. We might have to get rid of this. Which I didn't know was a thing. I thought you had to be like infinifat, like 600 pounds for your for diabetes to affect
you. You can have diabetes and like be thin and still lose a limb, right?
I didn't know that. I genuinely thought it was just a mega fat thing. I don't know. I didn't know. But yeah, I guess if he gets a peg leg, I'm gonna sign it. We should all sign it.
Yeah,
send it to each other and send it back.
If he does lose the leg, whoever he ends up brawling, we need to like tie 1 foot up. Like we gotta even it.
Oh yeah, like hopping.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, you can't have an unfair fight. Not in this chivalrous dome.
We just gotta figure out how we're gonna tie Sark's leg up for the duel. You're doing it, Sark.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you could fight in high heels. Just to like throw you off and mess with your balance a little, make it difficult to walk.
Wow, that's a freaky brawl I'm imagining here.
You know,
it's like a David Lynch scene.
You don't have to wear the full like lingerie set, just the heels.
Yeah, just the fishnets maybe.
What's the wackiest fight you saw at the Fight Club? Like, it doesn't have to be a mismatch, but just like a really weird one, I suppose.
Let me think. The wackiest one that I remember was when Sagat kicked me in the face, and I only remember like 2/3 of that.
Story.
But let's see, what's a wacky one? We had so many random ass people. I had a good one. All my favorites were when I was fighting Josh, actually, because he and I would fight in the beginning, and then we would fight at the end, and he and I had like great ones. It was like pretty evenly matched. He's real thick, like he's got like a Cro-Magnon build, and I'm tall and lean, but was able to counter him a bit with length, and we had some like nasty brawls. But I remember at one point he had me like full mount, and he had my right arm basically pinned on my left side, like across my body, So my head is just like a beautiful target bobbing around. But he's holding my arm. And remember, none of us are professional fighters. There's probably way better ways this could have been done. But he just starts from full mount. He just starts doing full headbutts. Like he's hammering in a nail with his forehead.
See, there's no kind of fucking head protection that you would have had that wouldn't have not made that like extremely immediately painful. Like for him as well and for you. Yeah, like that boxing gloves ain't gonna fix that. No mouth guards or whatever are gonna fix that.
No. We had mouth guards, so I mean, he probably wasn't gonna knock out a tooth, but I mean, I felt like my skull was collapsing. I mean, his head is built like a boulder.
Yeah.
So I was trying to tap. I can't tell if I was just tapping or like having a spasm, but he that was point Josh. He beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, you try to tap and it's just your hand like waving in the air. Like there's nothing there to tap.
What was your all-time record? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we had one guy who tried to come in and say, okay, no grappling. He tried to like come in and like make little rules or whatever. And it's like, no, you just kind of got to like roll with it. And I remember immediately, whoever he was fighting, it was just two random guys. Lots of Marines, because there's a lot of military in like North County and San Diego down there. And then lots of gang members. But they were like, he immediately got like thrown down to the ground and tied into a little knot.
Grappled, yeah.
I think the best was like the all-time greats. It's when it was fights near the end when we realized, oh, we can't do this anymore because like
people are getting too good.
The boxers and everybody had heard about it and were coming to test their mettle. And you could immediately tell. I mean, my guy was like looked like he was cosplaying, but you could tell still when somebody rolls in and they're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And as soon as they like their stance, you're like, oh, I'm so fucked right now.
Yeah. That's kind of like I don't know if we commented on it the last time. That's pretty pathetic to come like have that kind of skill set, know that you're fucking, you know what you're actually doing, and then come to let's call it an amateur fighting club in some guy's vampire coffin-filled basement and just start actually like destroying people, like just to feel good about yourself, I assume.
If you were a fighter and you heard about this, it would be sort of like discovering like the Kumite or the Mortal Kombat tournament. Like, oh, I gotta go see. I kind of get it. If I knew how to fight, I would. I also like, get it, dude. I want to go.
No, like school some. It does make sense. Like especially like you're only training in a professional setting. You want to know if like that translates to like an unprofessional setting too. Maybe like can you take a real hit outside of a ring, that kind of thing.
Just go start a bar fight or something. Don't ruin people's fun.
Well, yeah, but then you're getting arrested. Like this is a consensual duel of gentlemen. Clearly,
that's right.
Vampiric lair.
Later with police escort even.
Oh, wait, who got arrested?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that.
No, because the cops. We started off at home, then we expanded to the parking lot of the 7-Eleven where Josh worked. Yeah, and then the cops came and we're like, "Oh, this is really cool, actually," because everyone's having a good time. And then we never got a police officer to get in on it, but yeah. So I mean, that's like great. It almost became sort of like a legit event.
Yeah, kind of like official almost.
Yeah, but we got kicked out of the parking lot, went back to the apartment, and and then we just got pummeled when like Tekken showed up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I feel like you guys were like before, like you were too soon. If you guys had started this in like the 2010s, yeah, and filmed it and live streamed it or whatever. I don't know about the like legalities there, but like boxing events are huge now in terms of the creator space. Like you could have actually like created this from the ground.
I mean,
up.
It's not too late. Box Mutant Productions, baby, just let it ride again.
That's true. And I tried to find, because I remember saying there's video of the like me getting kicked, and I tried to find it, but Josh does. It's a VHS cam, the kind where you slap the full VHS tape into the side, not like a mini
Right.
VHS or whatever. So I was like, dude, you got to find that tape. But if it ever turns up, he probably recorded fucking, Attack on Titan over it or some shit.
It's one of his film reviews instead.
I really fucking hope that exists somewhere. I would love to see that one day.
Yeah, if he ever sends it, I'll digitize it.
Yeah. Have you like desperately looked in the past, or are you just thinking about it now?
I not desperately, but I've actively looked, and I've hit up his sisters to be like, hey, when you cleaned out the basement, did you ever find any like unmarked, like Ring style videotapes? They're like, well, there's 1,000 of them down there, so who knows? I don't know. He had a wall of tapes too, so.
Yeah, wait, go through that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, if you don't want to, we can. I would love to.
Well, I mean,
I'd love to see that
here's
kind
the
of
thing:
weird
is
shit.
once we were out of there, and they'd repaired the walls, and they moved somebody else in. So I was like, "Did you find anything?" And they're like, "All we found, as far as we know, was just a wall of like, it was like Event Horizon and all these like VHS tapes from the time that he would like watch on repeat." Anyway, who knows?
see.
It got mixed in there. No idea.
Have you spoken to him about the tapes? Like if he knows where they are?
I did, but he left before he left and left all his shit. So like he struck out into the wilds of the US while his sisters had to clean up our mess. So
Right.
we'll see. It's not, the hope is not dead, but it's kind of a slim chance, because I'm pretty sure they just went in there with like snow shovels and junked everything. I mean, we trashed that place. We had movie posters because we watched movies all day. We had movie posters up covering the walls, and what we'd done is cut out holes in the drywall and hidden like home defense weapons in the walls behind posters. So our, like, this was like a fun house. The idea was, if somebody ever came in that wasn't supposed to be there, you could punch through any poster where there was a weapon on the poster, and behind it would be an opening, and inside it would be like a hand crossbow or a flare gun or like a knife or something.
What the fuck? That's so cool.
It's like PUBG or something.
It was it was literally like a fun house for like movie nerd psychos. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever yearn for those days to go back and exist in that kind of capacity?
Yes.
Or
I definitely
do.
think about that and be like, God, that was like a simpler, beautiful time.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, I'm sure your
fighting
time
and
now
clubbing.
with kids and stuff is just as good, but yeah, I can imagine it's like, fuck, that was fun.
Yeah, it really was. It was a blast.
Yeah, I want to see photos, man. I want to see videos. I want to see photos
So do
of
I,
it,
man.
or
It
something.
makes you just really want to see what it was.
I think I have some pictures of us like
Oh, please.
like in club gear. I'll try and dig them up
Yes,
here. I'll
please.
send them on.
Can you send me whatever you do find, and I'll put it up in the episode if you're fine with that.
Yeah. I'll look and see. I'm not sure. I might have to hit up his sisters, but I'll look and see if I can scare something up. I know I have one, I hope, of us in tuxedos. For some
God,
reason,
that's so
we
good.
rented tuxedos and we're going fucking dancing.
That sounds cool, though.
We
sounds
would,
great.
because a lot of times the clubs we would go to were predominantly gay clubs, because that's where the absolute party was at. And so our
Yeah, yeah.
strat to avoid being relentlessly like accosted was we just played like we were boyfriends. That was our defense. So we would walk in with, he'd like give his hand on my ass and all that, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, no one's bothering me now. No one's gonna fuck with me. It was like fight gay with gay. It was like fight fire with fire. It's like, oh, dude, this is so good at memory.
This doesn't sound like a plan or anything. It sounds like you guys went to gay clubs together and enjoyed it.
I know that's what everyone told us. They're like, "You're just gay, though." I was like,
Yeah, this is
"Whatever."
just a different way of coming out. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, Sark. I'm all for you.
I think that's cool.
Your boyfriend going to clubs and stuff.
Yep,
So that's cool.
with our lard-covered guest.
All greased. You guys went in lubed up already. That's so good.
Yeah, you already brought the party.
Yeah. All right. Kaya has vanished for some reason. I think maybe he's
I see
disconnected.
that.
So we might just wrap here.
Okay.
Sark, thank you so. You are just such a fucking legend. You are incredible. Your
Thanks
stories.
for having me on again. I really love this.
Yeah, thanks for
I
coming
could listen
back.
to them forever. Like I seriously could. They're so good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing them with us, Sark. Tell people where they can find you, where they can go listen to more of your stories or just watch you do things.
Yeah, lately I've been streaming. If you you just look up Sark on Twitch. I think I'm on there as the Mr. Sark, but yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. I keep threatening to start uploading vids on YouTube again, but I have like a visceral reaction every time I launch Premiere. I get like nauseous. It's just so many years of editing that I was like, streaming is just so much fun and is so like cake. So
yeah, it's easy compared to it. Yeah. But do you upload the VODs or anything? Like, do you still?
No, but I've saved everything. So I think once I start uploading vids to the main channel again, which people, I joking, there's a running joke where I'm always like, new vid on Saturday, because people ask.
Yeah.
When I do start uploading the edited vids, I will upload the accompanying VOD probably, but on a VOD channel. But for now, it's streaming, and it's been a blast.
Make sure whenever you do upload your video, finally, make sure it's not on a Saturday, just for the added insult.
That's
there.
right. Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining us. You can find a link to Sark's Twitch channel in the description. Go hang out with him. Check him out. He's great. You guys already know he's great. He was the most highly requested guest return pretty much ever. So thank you very much, Sark, for joining us. And thank you everyone at home for listening to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Patreon.com/the official podcast for bonus episodes, bonus content. That's how you can get additional stuff early. And it really does mean a lot to us for all of you joining us. And also Criminally Stupid and The Red Thread are also out on the new channel, and they also have Spotify links. Red Thread is a new series with Charlie and myself and Wendy Goon, where we explore the crazy world of cryptids, conspiracies, and cults. It's a lot of fun. People really loved the first episode that just released. Like, you guys really loved it. It's fantastic to see. So thank you very much for showing up for that as well. We really are excited for the future of that show. Go check it out if you haven't already. It'll be on the channel. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone, and thanks again, Sark.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Sark.
Later, dudes.